You do that, you extend the life of Social Security to the year 2065, and you expand benefits.
Tick-tock. Over 30 million Americans will have a bill coming due in about 2 months. The payment pause is running out on student loan debt payments. The size of these payments for many borrowers is the size of their rent, their car payments, groceries.
It was already extended once by the president. It's proven to be one of the most effective steps that the government has taken to help Americans get through the health and economic crises.
And I'll tell you what else we're going to do to fund these desperately needed programs. We're going to ask the rich and the powerful to start paying their fair share of taxes. Not acceptable to me or to you that some of the richest people in this country, worth tens of billions of dollars, don't pay a nickel in federal income tax.
From the very beginning, my stated goal for the July and August work period has been that the Senate pass both a bipartisan infrastructure bill and a budget resolution with reconciliation instructions. This is our so-called two-track strategy.
In the United States, we have one of the highest rates of childhood poverty of any major country on earth. And given the fact that we're the wealthiest nation on earth, that is unacceptable. So what this does is says that, roughly speaking, the overwhelming majority of working families in this country who have kids under 18 will get a check of either $300 or $350 per month.
I've always believed that everything should rise or fall on its own merits. When you just said something, the President of the United States tells the whole world, this is the President's bill, this is all of our bill. It's a Democrat, it's every Republican's bill. There's not an infrastructure need in the country that has an R or D name on it.
This bipartisan work on infrastructure just reinforces the recklessness of the purely partisan taxing and spending spree that Democrats want to ram through next. Even before we get to this week, there's ample evidence the Senate is fully capable of passing policies that are actually smart, that actually make things better for American families, and to do so with bipartisan majorities. A year and a half ago, the Senate turned a blank sheet of paper into the CARES Act that saved our healthcare system, saved our economy, and poured money into Operation Warp Speed.
This district, most recently last Sunday in Washington, and at the COP25 in Spain. Globally, locally, in every way, he has been a tremendous resource in this regard. Of course, Lisa Blunt Rochester brings her special stamp to this in terms of what this means in terms of health care as well as for jobs. And we have our newest member, Melanie Stansberry. Here she is, the constant reinvigoration of the effort to get this done. We're all honored to be here, of course, with Ben Ray Lujan, our former colleague, who did this work in New Mexico even before he came to Congress, and in the House, and now a leader in the Senate. And of course, this is a major, major priority for the Democratic leader of the Senate. It's an honor to welcome him back always to the House side, where he learned so much about all of this. He's not denying it.
Much from the Speaker herself, young
no,
Congresswoman.
He and I would both agree that we have a great leader in the White House. Joe Biden was one of the first people to ever introduce any climate legislation decades ago. So we're in a good place to reach the goals that are set out. It will hopefully in the reconciliation very soon. But everybody knows that when they make that vote, it will be signed by Joe Biden, a pro-climate champion in the White House. With that, I'm very pleased to yield to the distinguished champion of saving the planet in the Senate, the distinguished former member of the House, current and future Democratic leader of the Senate, Chuck Schumer.
Thank you. Future majority leader as well as current majority after 2002.
No, I said leader. Yeah. A majority. Okay. I assumed nothing.
You should hear Nancy's and my conversations as late as 11 o'clock last night on the phone. We have a good time, don't we? We do very substantive stuff. And, are you rolling your eyes? But on the phone, she laughs at my jokes much more than in person. I will say that. Okay, it's great to be here. I want to thank our great speaker, who's been a leader on these issues for a very long time, long before she even got to the House of Representatives. I want to acknowledge, we get a lot of great infusion from the House, some of the most talented people, and one of them who has just already made a huge mark in the Senate on environmental issues where he has so much experience, on helping the poor, on Native Americans, on so many different issues. Our great senator from the great state of New Mexico, Ben Ray Lujan, thank you. And I thank my House colleagues for joining us. And I want to give a special shout out to LCV, to all of the people there. Tiernan, who does a fabulous, fabulous job. Jean, who does a great job. Mustafa Santiago Ali, who has been involved in so many of these issues as well. So, now we've reached a moment, and we're going to look back on this moment as a pivotal moment in the world fight against the climate crisis. What we can do in the next few months in terms of big, bold action is like nothing this nation and this world has ever seen before. This is a unique opportunity. We are surrounded by evidence of the climate crisis.
West Virginia.
Mr. President, I want to thank my colleagues. This has been the most enjoyable venture for the last 6 to 8 weeks. And so many people have given up on the Senate. They've given up on Congress. They've given up on our ability to be able to do the big things. This is big. This is a big deal. And I don't care who's looking at it any way they can. It's been said that nothing like this has been done in 30 years. It hasn't. We've all talked about it. We all knew it. Senator Warner said that basically potholes and bridges don't have names. They don't have Republican and Democrat identification. They'll hurt us all, and it has. It's something that every administration for the past 4 to 5 administrations knew had to be done, and they didn't, because this is hard. It's not easy. They call us a deliberate body. This is truly what deliberation is about, to come to an agreement, and it takes an awful lot of time, a lot of patience, a lot of effort. We did that. And when you think about having Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and the leader of the Republican Party, Mitch McConnell, vote for this piece of legislation, that says a lot about it, that it is needed. The American people are speaking loud and clear. The polls are overwhelming. Whether it's Democrat, Republican, Independent, could care less. They want their infrastructure repaired. Let's rebuild America. We talk about it a lot. And when you think about this, this is the largest long-term jobs program that we've done, that we've ever done for an awful long time. They talk about basically the economy is soaring now, and they figure, well, it's going to taper off and maybe even go down. This will prevent that from happening. These are great jobs in every city, in every part of the county, and every state.